So I'm getting jumped everywhere. I was charging my phone in front. I don't even want cars to hit me. I'm charging my phone in front of the store there, and all of a sudden, a black American guy walked by and said, "It's not over. We're still going to continue harassing me." He didn't really say it like that. You know, then it went over. I didn't even see the person that said it. Then this black American guy came by, that's him over there with the white hat, and told me he wanted to use the phone. I had to leave, you know, and the camera there recorded him. You know, I guess I went to the Target store also. A black American guy told me I stink. I'm like, you have no right to insult me. He works at the Target store. So there's a black American gang, that's him with the hat on, talking on the phone. So I'm being terrorized. Anytime I call the police, they wouldn't help me either. So I was charging my phone over there, and this black American guy was harassing me. And when I called the police, they wouldn't help me either. So it's like they're trying to make me look like I'm crazy. That's him over there. So I always get harassed in this neighborhood. That's him. That's him over there with the hat on, acting like he's talking on the phone. That's him over there. I was, the camera that was, you see that I was there before him. That's the camera that was show I was there before him. So that's him over there. And when I call the police, they don't help me. So, so they try to start a fight with me. I don't know if they're trying to kill me. Yesterday I was at the Target store and somebody that sounded like my mother's daughter, Bolanle, came by the bathroom around 10 p.m. And it was talking to a female. That female sounded like my Flora, my mother's daughter. Another Flora, the daughter called Flora, the daughter of that Flora. Because Flora used to put me on the phone with that daughter. I never met any of those kids. Flora has 2 children, but I never met any of them. But, there was time I would call Flora and she'll put that girl on the phone. And it was so weird because I wasn't a transsexual then. I was still a male. So I didn't know how to talk to a young girl, but she'll keep putting the girl on the phone to speak with me. Because she has a boy. So I'm like, why isn't she putting the boy on the phone instead of putting a girl on the phone? Because I was still a male back then. So I didn't really know how to talk to a girl. So that Bolanle and the Flora's daughter came by the Target store in Greenwich at the bathroom. They came and they left. So they were trying to disguise their voices while I was in the bathroom. After I left the bathroom, I went to go and purchase a memory card for my phone. And then the black American guy said I stink. He works at the Target. I was like, he always sees me there. I said, why are you so rude to me today? I said he was just trying to be nice to me. To see if I needed money. I was like, no, don't you insult me. So it's like they're trying to provoke me intentionally. And then this black American guy came by and said, I want you to leave Pronto. I want you to leave ASAP Rocky. Whatever that, whatever, I think that's a rapper name or whatever. So I'm being harassed, and when I call the police, they don't help. And they say the police is covering up crime, and they pick and choose, cherry pick what cases to help. And that's why, as an African, I'm not being helped. So if I don't bring the World Cup here, I always call the police all the time, and they don't help me. And they say, they said that there's a news reporter here in New York City and saying the police are not helping people, they're cherry picking with to help. And as an African, they definitely don't help me. So I'm being harassed nonstop. I was at the phone booth before this guy. I'm just trying, And, he came to jump me, and the camera will record it. So, so this is what is going on. I'm just trying to get the address of the, I have to be walking in between cars. I'm just trying to get the address of the store. So a lot of these places, the camera here will record. I was charging my phone here before it came by. I told him, I want you to leave now. I want to use the phone booth. And that's not right. The camera will pick me up that I was there before him charging my phone. I was actually uploading. I had to go put my stuff over there across the street. Cars almost hit me. I'm in a panic state. I was already charging my phone. But I don't like standing over here because people walk by and they try to bump into me. I'm almost getting hit by cars. So FIFA, it's like an outlaw town. Since this Eric Adam, a black American, became mayor, black Americans are attacking people. I was charging my phone, and the black American guy came to attack me. I almost got hit by a car. I had to run away from him. You know, so FIFA don't bring foreigners here. Yeah, and nobody will help you. They just look at you. I was getting jumped by some black Americans some days ago also. People were just passing by. Or only a European woman stopped by, and when she was telling the police, she witnessed everything, and the police wouldn't help me. You know, even I had a witness, I recorded everything. It's on my YouTube. You know, so I'm getting attacked by black Americans, and when I call the police, they won't get the camera record to arrest the guy. They have cameras everywhere. You know, so this is what is going on. And they say if they can make you look crazy, they said that's a drug that was used to kill the Matthew Perry, a Canadian actor. It's a famous Canadian actor that was starring in a show called Friends. They said they gave him that psychiatric drug called ketamine and killed him. My mother's daughter was also wrongfully, forced, feigned mental illness. So my mother locked her up in a mental ward at the Bellevue Hospital, even though my mother wasn't crazy. My mother was telling me about it before they killed her. Said that her daughter was trying to make money and commit insurance fraud, and were trying to kill her early. You know, so this is what is going on. And, also I went to use the bathroom at the 10 station, which is the has trains that goes to Canada and Mexico. And as I was climbing upstairs on the escalator, this woman came up to me and she was like, I should make way for her. And there was no room in the escalator. I had all my bags on my shoulders. And she was trying to bump into me in the escalator. I'm like, is she trying to cause me to fall down the escalator? It was a narrow escalator and there was no space for two people. I was standing in front of her and she came and said I had to make room for her. I'm like, I have bags on my body, on my shoulder. There's nowhere else to go. So I had to quickly run up the escalator. So they have a gang, and they rob me all the time. All my clean clothes has been stolen. So, and they believe that they can just make you look, as they said, as an African they killed like that. They said they ran him over in Manhattan and left his body decaying. And his family was looking for him. And they said the guys that killed him said it was just a crazy African that chases them around. And they hit him by a car by mistake. And they didn't bother calling the cops. And people that know the guy said it was just an African that didn't have papers and was working for the sanitation company, And those guys, I don't know if they were black Americans. They didn't like him because, and they killed him, ran him over and left his body decaying for days on the street. So this was going on. It's not safe and the police are joining in. This case happened of the African that was killed in the past 4 years, between 2020 and 2024. If people Google it, African migrants hit by sanitation truck, in Manhattan, somewhere in Manhattan, between Manhattan and the Bronx. I believe it was Manhattan. I believe it was living in the Bronx, and they killed him in Manhattan. So this was going. The black American guys are taking over, and they I go to the Target store. And I went there yesterday after my mother's daughter, Bolanle, and someone that saw like my mother's daughter, Bolanle, and the other daughter my mother has, Flora, has a daughter. Someone that said like that also. Both of them came into the bathroom, and they said something. I think they were just I said, let's go, and they were mumbling their voice, and I saw they left immediately. And as soon as I came out of the bathroom, I went to buy something, and the guy at the Target store said, you stink. I'm like, excuse me? So I'm saying, I'm just trying to help you. Maybe you need some money. I said, please don't insult me. I come to the store all the time. So I don't know if my mother's daughter part of a gang. My mother said Bolani is part of a gang. And, and my mother said that Bolani is looking for someone to marry her. So I don't know if the black American gangs are telling her if you can kill, me, and maybe because, my mother's already killed my daughters. My father is dead already. So I believe under the inheritance law, once any family member will inherit money, so whatever's going on, and the authorities start arresting her. She helped kill my mother, and my mother was having a heart attack, and she went to Bellevue Hospital, and this Bolani showed up there, and my mother was saying she didn't know how that Bolani was able to get the address of the hospital. My mother never told her Bolani what hospital she's in. So I don't know what kind of gang she's moving with, that she was able to terrorize my mother. My mother was hiding from her in the hospital while she was having a heart attack. And she came all the way from Pennsylvania. This Bolani lives in Pennsylvania. And my mother was like, it was shocking to my mother that this Bolani was able to locate what hospital she was in. This was in 2015. And told the hospital to lock her up in the mental ward, even though my mother wasn't crazy. So now this, I don't know. It's like she's moving with a black American gang. My mother said she's suspecting because my mother said she was getting reported that this Bolani was using drugs. But she was an adult. She couldn't know who to turn to. and she was living alone, so she didn't know who could help her to get her off the drugs, and so she's part of a gang. So so Black American. So I believe this part of the Black American gang is the guy that came to tell me get out of here now, and he had a hat on, and something dropped from his pocket like a Long Island Railroad train card or a New Jersey Transit train card, something like a train card fell from his pocket. You know, so when I call the police, they don't help me. You know, they don't help me. You know, hello. You know, I was trying to wave down the police. So they harassed me all day publicly, openly. You know, my mother was killed here. I was trying to wave down the police. That guy's trying to jump me, and the police won't stop. They're cherry picking with their help. And as a black person, dark skin, they don't help me. So if I don't bring the work up to New York, you know, I was trying to wave down the police, they won't stop. Hello, police! Hello! They won't stop. You know, they're too busy driving. And when I call 911, they won't help me either. So that's him still there. You know, I had to run away. When it came over, the camera recorded it. You know. So this was going on.